Okay, I can't see anybody when I share my screen, so I'm just talking to myself. So I'll just continue. So yeah, Seedbed is part of the EIT Food Entrepreneurship Division at EIT Food, and we we've launched this program to help achieve the societal impact to create more business creation, to create more jobs and investments in the agri-food sector. What we're finding is that there's a lot of research currently at universities that could be applied to the agri-food sector, and a lot of people don't know that. So what Seedbed was launched to explore the research that's available and to encourage more entrepreneurship in agri-food. And it's been going for about 4 years now, and we set out we had 6 focus areas where we look to commercialize research. And now that the missions have just launched for next year, to achieve healthier lives through food, a net zero food system, and a fully transparent, resilient, and fair food system. So this is just a little bit more information. What these missions are going to be summarized in are challenges. We're going to have a set of challenges that we are going to be going to researchers and entrepreneurs with, and asking if they have any research that could help with these challenges. So the entrepreneurship division, it currently has 3 different programs, and Seedbed's at the beginning, where we are a market discovery program, and we look for aspiring entrepreneurs and researchers who are looking to go and have conversations with industry players, to see whether there's a market for their research and to see if there's commercial potential. Then once they come out of this program and then they have a technology that's ready for validation, they move on to the next program, which is the EIT Food Accelerator Network, and then the Rising Food Stars is a program where they can scale up their business. So today I'm talking about Seedbed, and yeah, the vision is to become the go-to platform that launches world-changing agri-food tech ventures in Europe. And the mission is that we support impact-driven aspiring entrepreneurs and researchers to discover their innovations, product market fit, and commercial potential to launch agri-food ventures. So we identify a technology-ready level for the idea needs to be IP-based, and then we support these teams with market discovery and business development to launch high-impact ventures in the agri-food sector. And yeah, just to kind of reiterate, 3.4% of all EU startups are in the food industry, and 9 to 10 startups fail due to lack of market need for the products. So the 3.4% needs to be rising as a considerable amount if we are going to meet those mission challenges that we have that the food sector is facing. And 9 to 10 startups fail due to lack of market need. This is why the program exists, so that we ensure that all of this research, there is a market for it, and we have it validated so that stat can drastically change as well. So this is the criteria for the program. You need to have a science and technology IP-based prototype or a lab proof of concept innovation that can help solve at least one of the EIT food mission challenges. You need to have at least 2 team members, but if there is a case if you are one person that you can also go on the program. It's just there's a lot of training, so they tend to go in teams to divide up the time. And the main thing that we can offer for the program, it ranges around 4 to 6 months, and we provide entrepreneurial skills training. And with that, we have one-to-one and peer-to-peer business coaching and expert advisory, supporting 2 program tracks. That's 1 is to identify the core business assumptions to carry out market testing, and 2 is to plan a sustainable business model. The market testing, you'll have a Seedbed coach, and they will arrange the conversations for you to go out and talk to industry contacts. And it's so beneficial. All the conversations that they have, it tends to open up a lot of people's minds for the possibilities that they didn't realize existed before. And the business planning is crucial to understand, yes, you have a great idea, but is this really scalable to create the impact that you want in the mission? So by being part of this program, it also gives you exclusive membership to EIT Foods Network. And with that, we're building, there's the Seedbed program, but we're also building a big agri-food community. And they're new to the program this year. We're going to have mission community managers that are going to be organising events for everybody to attend. And the idea is a lot more networking and matchmaking, because what we found from the program so far, we grouped the teams together in their speciality, and that peer-to-peer knowledge sharing, learning was really valuable. And it's something that we can build a lot more, we can build a lot bigger in future years. So yeah, with that, you get your membership, and you have access to expert resources and connections to develop your commercial roadmap and explore opportunities for collaborations. You also receive equity-free funding, and that really is for travel to the events, to meet with the stakeholders and customers. But at the end of the program, it will be a case where you could get extra funding, because if you do have a viable business model and a market validated idea, then this is where EIT Food investment team will be coming in to help or the teams move into investment readiness. So the outcomes of the program is that the idea is for Seedbed is that the research will move to launching a new venture, and you'll secure funding, including EIT Food or other regional public-private funding schemes. We want to encourage everyone on the program, even if they haven't found a business partner, to explore this, because once you discover what the opportunities are, then we will be looking at, if you haven't got a co-founder, or you need a business advisor, or you need a different skill set to build a team, because we find that a lot of scientists they get scared of the whole entrepreneurship idea. So it's about changing a mindset to say, no, your research can be used for impact, and we will go on this market discovery journey through this program. And at the end of it, you decide that you want to pursue the commercial opportunity, but you'd like to do it with an entrepreneur, or you'd like to stay as a scientist, but you need business help. That's where we are starting to develop our program, and through that we're seeing a lot more interest. And yeah, so then if in some cases they will be ready for EIT fan program. That's where you can pursue a corporate pilot project with industry and develop your technology further. Being part of the program, you get access to lifetime to belong to the network, and within these networks, of all the conversations you have, it might not be that you launch a venture, but there are other ways to commercialize your research. So that could be establish a licensing agreement, you could do further research, you could get sponsored, but we do see a lot that actually start the journey and then they pivot, and it gives them so many ideas that then that research idea might not be for them. They might want to start a new innovation project. So this is the timeline for 2023. We're going to start a call for applications it will be at the start of February. There's the application period until the end of March. Then we have an evaluation, and then we invite 60 teams to a boot camp where they have a 3-day intense training to identify their business model, their potential market, and then they have a pitch at the end, and 40 teams are then selected to start the program. And then the program starts, we usually meet at an in-person event. It was Bilbao last year. I think it's Bilbao again this next year. And that it's a really good day because all the teams come together, they meet each other, they understand what the training's going to entail, what entrepreneurship is about. We really set the, what the fundamentals are to set the expectations for the program. And then we have online modules that people can work through at their own pace, but we also do workshops. Each team's assigned a coach. You're put into a group that's based on similar technology and within the mission that they are supporting. And then by the November, which is when EIT Food has its Venture Summit, where we invite all the programs, all the partners. It's an EIT Food exclusive event, but we all come together, and it was very good this year for collaboration. You'll find that a lot of the earlier teams will meet like the later stage teams, and they will learn so much. Generally, these programs, they save a lot of time because we're getting to the root of the issues that prevent business, and in 6 months you could have saved yourself 3 years of thinking you wanted to do it in one route, but realizing no, you need to have another market, and potentially you could meet people that could help you with that journey. So at the end of the Venture Summit, there's a showcase, and that's where everybody presents their journey, their learnings, and their route to their commercial roadmap for what they decide to do next. I'm going to come out of this presentation now because I can't see anybody, so it's funny presenting without being able to see anything. That's better. So I still can't hear you, Laura, but does anybody have any questions about the Seedbed program? Oh yeah, and Laura has okay, does a team which is applying need to have, oh, you can be in the process of acquiring it. Yeah. It doesn't need to be in private, it just needs to be IP based, we say. So that is that it has the potential that you can patent it. And yeah, we've just shared the link. So that's a link to the current cohort that went on the program this year, and you can see kind of the kind of innovations that the program nurtured. But really, we are building so much more on community now, just attracting all types of research, and I think the missions are going to really help us focus on allowing these collaborations to create bigger venture opportunities.
Thank you, Sarah. Can you also tell us what has been the most successful story so far?
I think 2 years ago, there was a startup called Bright Biotech, and Bright Tech, they're in plant biotech, and they originally looked at EIT for the health because they were going to find, but they had a conversation with one of our hub managers, and they suggested to do the program. So they did it kind of just as they didn't really have any vision of going into agri-food, but then they discovered that the cultured meat manufacturing sector, there's a huge opportunity for their technology to be applied there. And so that was what became the market discovery journey. And now I think 2 weeks ago, they just received 3.2 million in investment. And they're just they've built their team from, it was 2 of them to, I think there's 15 of them now, but they're going from strength to strength. And it was just through having, you have so many assumptions as a researcher, and it's only when you go out and have these industry conversations with different people that it really does expand your mind. And I mean, if anything Seedbed can get is this change in mindset for researchers. There's this kind of culture that the research stays in the lab and stays in the university, and really it it's such an exciting journey that I think people are scared of entrepreneurship. But actually, the more you do these programs, as a scientist, you realize you have so many, you have similar skill sets to what an entrepreneur is. And for me, like being part of the program is seeing the journey of these people coming in and then coming out and realizing that their mindset shift. They're just, capable of so much more. And the most important thing is that it's for impact. Their research is actually by turning it into an adventure is creating this huge impact in the industry. Because the food system, we are in so much need. There's so much need for change, and I can't stress how important researchers are to help with this process. And EIT Seedbed's been set up to do everything it can to help make that a fun and exciting journey as well. I mean, I've just been going through all the testimonials from our cohort, and they've made lots of friends. They've had a really good experience from the program, and I like to think that Seedbed's always the base for, when you see they go on to the other programs and they start getting investment, it's doing that foundation work that really gave them the kickstart that they needed.
Yeah, definitely. It's very important to help those researchers in their commercialization journey. And if anyone else from the audience have any questions, please feel free to type it in the chat and we will take it from there. And maybe in the meantime, until we have some more questions from the audience, if I may, I would ask another question, Sarah.
Yeah.
So when you explained that you are putting two different team members together. So what are the the main challenges that you have experienced so far when they are working together, and how you have solved those challenges?
Well, what was really nice to see was that, so when I first started the program, they were based in their regions, and I when we looked at these challenges, it's like it's not about the regions. We need to put them against, within their tech and then there was this kind of worry that maybe it will feel competitive because they're in the same thing, but actually it was complete opposite. I couldn't believe the collaborative nature. So by putting teams together in the same field, what was more important was that they're in it for sustainability, for impact, and everybody wanted to help each other because everybody wanted to build the mission for sustainability. So it was just so what was nice is because usually business is very competitive, but actually no, within this particular industry it's extremely collaborative. And if you come into the program, even the other programs, they went to the Venture Summit and they talked to someone in the same tech side of on the Scale Up program on Rising Food Stars, and one of our team said that saved me 2 years of just having that conversation. That just saved me 2 years of my research because I learned from them, and everybody's so willing to help. And and what you do find is that at that stage, not all startups make it, but it's to say 9 in 10 startups fail. That's not. I don't believe in failure, because 9 out of those 10 startups probably had a conversation to then go into a different area to then help another business like Bright Biotech, the one that's just got 3.2 million. They're now wanting to go back to researchers and saying we need more researchers to help us. So it's kind of like, I always say, it's a discovery about yourself as well, about what you want to do. It's not just you have some research, you're extremely valuable, come into the program, you just don't know where it's going to take you. It could take you to launch a business, but also it could take you to go in and go in with another startup, But the main thing is it really does build impact in the right area. It doesn't stay in the university.
Okay, great. And maybe apart from some challenges that might be there when two teams are working together, when you set up this Seedbed program in the beginning, what has been the most difficult challenge that you have to overcome?
Well, it's their time, because they've already got their day-to-day lives. They're quite busy, so to do this training is quite intense. That's why we say do it with 2 people. We've had teams where it's we can help. There's a lot of IP challenges, but that's what we've now got a really good team that really helps with that. What else? I think it's just like, because we're, like, we've only been going since we'll be our 4th year. So what we're just trying to do now is open up the funnel to have more opportunities for market discovery for more teams. And then we're going to be launching a Seedbed Plus, where we then give more funding for those teams that do have a validated business model to help them grow more, because I think we just want to really alleviate these fears. I think that the thing that I'm finding is that it's just there's so much research out there, and it's getting people to remove these fears of commercialization, and really Seedbed can help with that. So I would say, like, a lot of them come on the course with no belief or no sort of quite a limited mindset, and by the end of it, you really have shifted.
Okay, great. Is there any other question from the audience? You can also see in the chat that we have posted the current cohort teams linked to the profiles. So if you are interested, you can have a look at that. And yeah, if there are no more questions from the audience, I would like to thank you very much, Sarah, for this wonderful presentation and for presenting to us the Seedbed program, which is definitely pivotal in the supporting researchers in their commercialization, commercialization of their research results towards market. And thank you very much to everyone who joined this session. And thanks to you once again, Sarah. And next session will start in 5 minutes, 12:15. And we invite you to go to the next session then, which will be on teaching and learning factories program. Thank you very much.
Thank you.